In this video, we'll teach you about win-loss sparklines. So win-loss sparkline is a little bit unusual. Any positive number counts as a win. So even if the positive number is +1 or +1,000, it counts the same as a win. Any negative number or number less than 0 counts as a loss. So -1 and -1,000 count the same. So you might say, why would you use this? To see if you met a target or not. In other words, if your sales beat your target, that's a win. If your sales are less than your target, that's a loss. So let's look at NFL football, the year in which the Colts were undefeated and lost to the Saints in the Super Bowl. Okay, so a -1 for the Arizona Cardinals here means they lost a game. +1, they won a game. The Colts won their first 14 or 15 games here, and then they got criticized for resting their starters. Okay, and then the New Orleans Saints beat them in the Super Bowl. The city of New Orleans, I guess, needed it more since Katrina. Okay, so how can we summarize the entire NFL season with sparklines? Wouldn't you like to see a nice graph in a cell for each team that shows the wins and loss sequences when teams got hot and when teams got cold? That's exactly what we can do within a matter of seconds. So we select where we want the sparklines to go, which is one row for each team. We go insert, where we found the sparklines before. We go win-loss sparklines. Now the data range, I can click that little button to shrink the dialog box. And if I do Control-Shift right arrow, Control-Shift down arrow, I've now highlighted the data. Click the button to go back. We click OK, and we're basically done. Let's have some fun seeing what we've got. So remember, I told you the Colts and Saints were great that year. You can see the Colts started the season with all those wins, the blue bars, and then they had a loss. And the New Orleans Saints started with 14 wins and then had 2 losses. And the Redskins were bad like they always were. And so basically, you can see the whole NFL season basically beautifully summarized by these sparklines. And if you're a company that sells different products, you can have wins meaning a product met a target in a month, and losses mean that the product did not beat the target in a month. We finished our first module on descriptive statistics, and we will in the next video begin discussing the very important topic of pivot tables in Excel.